the end of that like for you? What was X's death like for that, like for you, and just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think that's probably one of the most like sacred and like a little traumatizing points in my life. But I'm just like I said earlier, I try to take the good from it. And I mean, like near the end, it was kind of like, and this is the most important part that I stress about him, is like change is very important. And allowing people to change is like the most important thing. He's getting like $500,000 a show in Europe to go fucking play some festival in Russia, like close it out. Yeah, like this is like, he prided himself off of being like so exclusive that like when he was ready to come back out, it was like, I need that half M. I need 350, 400. If I ain't getting that, I ain't pulling up. Y'all ain't gonna get me. So he created that much of a demand for him that it was like, okay, we ready. Let's go out there. We're going to do it. And he's like, yo, bro, like I'm poor as fuck at this point. And he's like, yo, bro, like you really about to start getting paid and really start about like all this shit's about to really happen. And then one day fucking he gets killed. And it's just like for me personally, it was like I had taken a lot from him where it was like as much as like I give myself to my friends too. I give my like every piece of me to my family and my friends. So at that point, I was all in. Like I'm all in here. I left Tallahassee. Me and my girl were living up there. I left. I'm like, we back down here. This is it. Like this is what I got. And like he just was killed. Like some random people like took him from me. And I'm just like I still remember that day like a bad nightmare. Like I'm like chilling at my girl's house. And this is actually how I found out. So a kid hit me up who his father, I guess, owned Riva. There's the manager there. And he sends me like pictures of like the I-8, the door open, and you can't see much. And there's like no cops there. And he's like, my dad just sent me this, said that X got shot. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, honestly, I could probably even find the DMs with that kid if the kid DM'd me right now. But I try not to. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't even look at that video. I don't look at pictures. I do not even, if you're watching this, don't even send me that shit. And if you do, fuck you, I'm gonna block your stupid ass. Don't bother me with that shit because it fucked me up. But yeah, like I just remember that moment of like finding out, and like I just called Ski. First thing I did was I'm just call Ski. I gotta call Ski. I'm like, yo, he got shot. He ain't dead, but he got shot. And I'm getting updates like from his girl, who's like my childhood best friend. And like, she's just like, yo, he gonna be all right. He on the way to the hospital, all this shit, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I don't know. It's just a lot, you know? So I even, at that point, we got locked out of my homie's car at Chick-fil-A. Like, I don't even know how. It was just like the worst day ever. So I just remember like finding out the news when I found out, like, they tried to bring him back a bunch of times and he kind of, you know, was coming back and he just didn't make it. I was just like, I just laid down. I remember laying down. I was like in the mulch at the Chick-fil-A on 441 in their parking lot. And I was just laying down in the mulch. I was just laying down and I was just like crying. And I was just like looking up at the sky. Like I was just like begging. I'm like, this is like, nah. Like, I'm like, this ain't it. And like, I still don't think that like that day was just so weird for me, like unreal. Like, and I still think to this day, I'm like, when am I gonna wake up and he gonna be here, you know? But I'm just like, man, it was just like at the point where everything was good and you thought everything was good, it's like, you never really do know. And it's just like, I think that his whole thing, what is it like when you die for something? Is like a martyr? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's like that a lot. Like, he died for a lot of people. And it was just like, you got to be understanding of being able to change. I think that is, nowadays, it is, I cannot stress it enough. Like, that's my whole thing.